Hi everyone, I'm your host Diva Danielle, and this is Community Link AZ. Thank you for joining the show. This is the internet show that's a resource for you to people, products, and services in your own backyard you might not even know of. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel so you don't miss an episode. Each week, I'll introduce you to someone who is helping to make a positive difference in the community. We're going to have some fun, learn something new, and connect in a positive way. Let's start the show. Hi everyone, and welcome to Community Link AZ. I'm your host Diva Danielle. Thank you so much for stopping by my YouTube channel. I really do appreciate it. If it's your first time here, well, welcome. This is great that you stopped by. I got another fantastic nonprofit in the community, but before I introduce them to you, you know what you gotta do? You gotta subscribe. You can't just watch the video, you gotta subscribe. Today we're talking with Marisa. She is with Free Art. She's the program manager, and she handles all the programs that they implement to help children going forward and show their creativity through the arts. So I'm glad that you're here on the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
This is really nice to just sit down with, an organization that really helps tap into the creativity of children, because a lot of times kids are just behind these technology devices and they don't really express themselves or know how to through art. So
for sure,
tell us all about your organization.
For sure. We actually provide arts programming for children who have suffered from the abuse of trauma, neglect, or homelessness. Mm-hmm. So we pair children who are living in either foster care group homes or residential treatment centers or unaccompanied minor shelters with mentors and also with teaching artists to learn how to use art as a way to process what they've experienced and what they're going through.
And when you say to learn how to use art to process, are there classes that are teaching them like the fundamentals of like just drawings versus paintings versus aggression versus happy time? How does it work?
Sure. So there are different programs. They're all focused in different areas. We have a professional artist series that does have that type of structure where you can have 6 sessions of visual arts or 6 sessions of dance or 5 sessions of music or singing or culinary arts. We've experienced all kinds of different art forms. And artists come in to either group homes or facilities and teach those children the basics of those art forms and then focus on supporting them and encouraging them and helping them along the way. We also have a mentor program where volunteer mentors go out to group homes and focus more on the relationship building. So every week we have a project that's called an intentional art project. And that could be everything from cutting and clipping and gluing magazine pieces into a big collage for their dreams to maybe creating a dream box where they write down their dreams and goals and put them in a box that they made themselves. But those are 16-week sessions, and those are all different projects. So there's a lot of options. We found that all children experience trauma differently and express themselves differently, and then they connect differently with different art forms and different people. So we try to mix it up so that there's a way to reach everyone.
And what are the age ranges that you're dealing with?
We actually serve children all the way from 3 up to 18, but I'd say the majority of the children in our programming are usually falling between about 7 and maybe 15, 16 years old.
Fantastic. Again, I'm speaking with Marisa. She is with Free Arts, and this is an organization that has tapped into something that I think is so valuable when it comes to dealing with childhood trauma, because a lot of times if you don't have an outlet as a child, you suppress it and you carry that into your adult life. So if they have an opportunity to express it, to understand it, and to move past it, it helps them out in the long run. What are some of the reactions or things that you're hearing from the children who are actually in the program?
Yeah, so we have experiences where children will come to a 2-week camp and halfway through the second week, we will see them conflict resolution on their own. We will see them approach conflict resolution on their own by maybe talking to an adult in the space and saying, here's a challenge that I'm having, I feel stuck, what should I do? We've had situations where we've had children, 4 or 5 days into a camp series not be getting along because there were just conflicts within their group, and then they decided later that day to make up a dance together because they had learned that from their dance instructor. This just happened a couple of months ago. And they created a dance all on their own. They made up the moves, the choreography, chose the song, and it created teamwork. Yeah. And they then told the instructor the next day, we worked on something together last night because we weren't getting along with the other piece that we were doing. We all had different opinions about it. So we made up our own and we want to show it to you. And they did that all on their own.
That is fantastic. Children stepping outside of their comfort zone, understanding how to navigate and handle the tough situations that they're going through
Yeah.
by being creative and
Yeah.
self-expression.
For sure.
I want the community who are watching this right now, because I'm sure there's individuals who have never heard of your organization. How can they support you going forward?
Yeah, so we utilize about 700 volunteers every year to help support our children, and we are revamping and redesigning our current volunteer training. So in January, we'll be relaunching that, and we will be looking for volunteers from the
Nice.
community to be able to get trained. It's not a very long process. It's about a one day, 6-hour
That's not
training
bad.
and a little bit of paperwork, and then you would be able to come in and work with children. One of the things that people ask the most frequently is, do you have to be an artist to volunteer to work
I was
with
just
children?
getting ready to say that you have to have a creativity bone in your body to be that kind of expressive, because some people can't draw or
Correct.
paint. So
I am one of those people.
I'm one of those people too.
No, absolutely not. You do not. The focus when we bring in adult volunteer mentors is to have them bond with the children.
Okay.
So you really just need to be passionate about working with children and helping them discover the hidden talents within them.
And there's some hidden talents for sure.
Yeah.
Let's talk about some of the things you have coming up, because
Sure.
your organization did have to make a shift like everybody else through COVID.
Sure.
And you've come through that, and you're still probably working on some things. So
That's
where are
true.
you guys headed now, and what do you got coming up?
Yeah. So where we're headed now is really, we're kind of in a hybrid right now,
Okay.
where some programming is still being offered virtually for the safety of the children in the particular group homes or residences where they live, and other group homes and organizations that we partner with have clearance to leave their houses, and so we take them out to experiences, or we bring them to the building that we have
Right.
right on 7th Street and Camelback area. And we've got a building there where we have space for programming and space for children. So it really just depends. We're kind of in this hybrid area where programming can be virtual and it can be in person.
I
So
love
we're
that.
kind of moving, hoping towards the spring to move towards all in-person programming by next fall.
Oh, that'd be so nice, because there's nothing like hands-on interaction
Absolutely.
when you are learning something, and especially if you're going to
Absolutely.
express yourself, just so you can see the reaction and hear the reaction of the other people that you're affecting around you.
Absolutely. One of the big things that we're looking at for next spring and next summer as well is really growing our access to children that are living in foster care. So that's a community that we just started to reach out to and connect with in 2019. And then the
Okay.
pandemic hit, we shifted. That had to go on hold because it was a program in the process of being built.
Right.
So we will be working with children who are no longer in group homes but are now living with a foster family, and
I love
allowing
it.
foster families and children to engage with us and our artists and our volunteers through the arts together.
I love your expression and her enthusiasm. You can just hear it in her voice and see it in your body language. You love what you do.
Absolutely.
I love this. And so before we wrap up, I want people to support you going forward. So tell them where they can find you, how they can follow you on social media, and anything that you need help with.
Sure.
Go ahead and let us know.
Sure. So our website is freeartsaz.org. That's really the best place to find the most accurate information. But on there you can find a tab that says ways to get involved. If you click on that tab, you can read through the options. One of the really fun options to do at home that people like to do is called affirmation card making. So we give out these cards that are handmade by mentors and volunteers and sometimes artists to children when they come to programming. And they say things like, "You're amazing and you can do this and you're brave and I
Yeah, words
believe
of
in you."
encouragement.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so this is something that you can do with your family or with your friends. We've had people do this in corporate groups. We've had people to just do this in their social groups and then mail the cards to the office or bring them by. So that's one way that you can stay involved when we're not yet back into our in-person training for volunteers. And all of the instructions to create those cards are on the website. And then, like I said, we'll be bringing back training in January, and we'd love to have as many people
volunteer.
yes,
Get
as
you to
volunteer as
volunteer.
possible. Absolutely.
And they can follow you on social media. You're on all the platforms.
We are on all the platforms, and it's Free Arts AZ. So you can find us there, follow along with us on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, and yeah, see what we're up to.
And they're up to a lot. So again, support this nonprofit. You were fantastic. Marissa's a program manager at Free Arts, and she has a lot of cool programs that are up and coming to help these kids, but they can't do it alone. They need the support. And they need the cheerleading of the community. So come on out and volunteer, follow them on social media, and do what you can to help this organization help children who are dealing with trauma. You are fantastic. Thanks for being on the show.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's been
Wonderful.
great. Another episode of Community Link AZ. Again, thank you so much for watching and stopping by my YouTube channel. But make sure you hit that subscribe button and take care of yourself. And I'll see you next week.